Shooter ready? Inside course of fire. And go.
Hey everybody, what's up? Got the Grey VP9 here, and I was able to shoot it this last weekend with my HK MR556 with that group that I've hooked up with to shoot on Sundays. And I was able to run it as my secondary because people keep wanting to borrow my Glock 34 because it's set up perfectly. So since everybody wanted to borrow my stuff, I was struggling with what to run. I didn't want to run the Legion again. I did, but I was like, man, I got all these other guns, I gotta shoot them. So I dug good old Sasha Grey out of the safe and gave her a run, and much to my surprise, it was at 300 rounds, and I put 50 through it that day. How'd she do? Well, it was really nice to shoot a VP9 again, and there is a little bit of a difference between shooting the first run of the VP9s with the red recoil system and the 9mm with the 40 recoil system. But what I will say is I missed very infrequently with this. I think I missed a grand total of 3 or 4 times through all of the runs, which is good. And I almost had a clean run, but the guy watching me was like, faster. And I ripped around when he said faster because I accelerated versus doing what I knew I should have been doing. So that's my fault, not his. But in all honesty, he was trying to help me improve because I can shoot faster. When I'm outside of 15 yards like we were shooting at about anywhere between 17 and 20 yards. It was kind of weird. But we were shooting at that particular sideways thing. It was greater than 12 yards, which is the safety thing. It was at least 15 or 17. It wasn't a perfect 15 yards. I don't know. But in all honesty, you're not going to get like a perfect engagement distance if you have to use your weapon. So there's no like, you know, I'm not going to shoot my pistol unless I'm within 7 yards. Or all pistol shooting should be done within a certain distance. No. Sometimes you got to shoot when you have to shoot. You can't dictate the distance. So what was really important for me though is I ran this very well, and it's really nice to run a VP9 and do well with it. It's also great because I don't do anything to my VP9s. All I'll do is put Meprolite night sights on there if it doesn't have it, which is what the factory night sight option is. And I don't touch the trigger. I don't do anything to it. These things are perfect out of the box for me. So I had a really, really good shooting experience with this. And it was nice to have some guys have their Gucci guns there, and I just pulled out a stock VP9 and burned it down. I was really impressed with the performance, and it was really nice to take this gun out because not a lot of people see the gray frame, and I didn't want to put my brand new Midnight Bronze in the holster, and I was conflicted about putting this in the holster, but my other VP9's got like 2,500 or 2,700 or 2,800 rounds through it. I don't know, somewhere in there. I'd have to look, to be honest with you, but it's got a lot of rounds through it, and this didn't have any practically. So I was like, well, let me take her out. She deserves some sunlight. And I ran the HK 18 rounders almost exclusively. There's some, I'm gonna take it out again to shoot this specific one to burn the rest of the rounds I loaded, because I brought like, I don't know, 300 of the men stuff to that particular shoot, and I only ended up shooting 50. And sometimes it's more about the rounds you save versus the rounds you send down range. You know, I'm guilty of like, oh, I gotta burn this, because that's something the military does. We don't like taking rounds back. You know, you just, at the end of the shoot, you burn them, because it's easier to burn them than it is to, it's one sheet of paper to burn them, and it's like 5 or 6 to turn ammo back into the armory. So and the byproduct of that is that's how I do at the range a lot. I'll just sit there and burn stuff down and work on fundamentals. But in all honesty, sometimes it's about the rounds you save, and honestly, I don't have to do any paperwork to turn it in. I just got to bring it back in the house. So I've already got about 100 rounds loaded already, so I'm just going to take this out, shoot about 100, maybe 150 through it, round it out to 500 rounds, and then keep going. I don't know if I'm going to do a review on this because I already have a VP9 review, but it's nice to shoot it, and I was happy to shoot it. It was cool to see the VP9, and unwittingly that day I wore black and gray. So I had my multicam black rig on, and I had gray 511s and the Polinar tactical shirt. It was kind of cool. The holster though is this tan, I don't know where the hell I put it. This tan Bravo concealment holster that my wife had for hers, which I actually really liked. I might get some of their stuff because G-code takes forever. G-code, forever. But I got a lot of G-code stuff on the way whenever it gets here. But I'm sick of all the hodgepodge gear I have. I'm trying to do a night setup for multicam black, so I'll get into that in another video, and then a day set for regular multicam. Those are going to be my fighting rigs and competition rigs. But anyhow, this thing did very well, very happy with it. The 18 rounders are running great, and I figured I'd show you guys some of the footage. MR556 is going to be in there, of course. I wanted to run the nights, but I had to let somebody borrow it. So overall, very smooth. I ran a couple of the 15 rounders, so that's what the reload is. And it's only 50 rounds, to be honest, but it was just nice to shoot a little more dynamically than just going to the range and trying to do that. The course of fire was different than the other videos. It started with 6 rounds from the rifle and 6 rounds from the pistol, and then evolved into 6 rounds from the rifle and clean every single target from left to right with the pistol, 2 rounds on each. And then I tried to do something cooler and it completely fell apart. I don't understand what was difficult about the directions. And I love these guys. I'm not talking shit about them. They're really good dudes, but I was really clear with the instructions, and I don't know why it didn't work. Part of it was incumbent upon them hitting the targets, because it was 3 rounds. So you shot 2 at the tree, ran all the way to the first station, and shot 1, transition, 2 rounds on target, put the pistol back, top the rifle back off, and then move. And I screwed it up because I shot again with the rifle before leaving. But I don't know, whatever. Sometimes I get frustrated because I bring more ammo than everybody else, and I want to shoot, you know, I want to practice more, I want to, you know, do that. But again, sometimes it's about the rounds you save. So, and I'm not trying to show off for anybody or make anybody else feel bad. It's a good shooting group, and you know, we're all trying to just help each other get better. So it's not about, you know, dunking on people or I'm better than you or any of that other stuff. You know, it's more about just running guns. Maybe I can find another range where I can get that out of my system, and then when I shoot with them, it's, you know, whatever. But I am burning through a lot of ammo lately, so I could benefit from saving some. But anyways, just a quick update, just a little bit of cool footage. I still have this gun. I have a lot of guns actually, but I gotta slow down. But I have this, and one last note, the Men 124 stuff is so clean. Like, usually 50 rounds of the Winchester NATO, and this thing's black. And there's little brass dots of shavings throughout my whole gun. That men's stuff is so clean, I can clean my guns less. So I took this thing out of storage and shot it, and it's still wet from being in storage because it's been like a year or a year and a half since I shot this thing. And it's damn near practically as clean as when I first took it out of storage. So there's a little bit of stuff up front, but honestly, this thing, I'm gonna take it out again and shoot it and then clean it after. So very, very pleased with that stuff. It's a good pairing. I love that German ammunition. But anyways, thanks for watching. Take care of each other, stay safe, and support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America.
shit, your horse was coming up. Good cadence, good. Let's pick it up a bit. Oh. Nice.
Stand by. Go.
I fucked that up.